welcome to episode 3 of the Take12 podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Pimentel. So when you go to Terrificon, you are thrown into a soup of collaborators and creators and authors and all sorts of types, and you never know who you're going to meet. So Chris Williams, who works with the show here, had a conversation with a gentleman. He came running over and he said, you got to meet this guy. This guy's got a really cool comic. He's got a very interesting story, and I said we absolutely should talk to this gentleman. So please welcome to the show. Tell everybody your name, what you do, your company, and what you brought with us today.
Sure. My name is Scott Palochik. I am the creator and writer of the series called Marcvs. We started our own publishing company called Dreamscape Publishing, and we have 3 titles that we have here at Terrificon. Marcvs, and then we're also releasing God is Hungry, which is a horror story, and Lady Savage, which is an action-adventure jungle, sort of like a female Tarzan.
So now I know you have an interesting background. So you didn't come from you weren't like maybe someone who was predetermined to be a comic book guy. I think if you probably talk to a lot of comic book guys, like, oh, I did this my whole life and this is what I wanted to do. So please give everybody an idea of how you got here.
Sure. I, like anybody, when I was a kid, collected comics, and the greatest dream in the world was to have your own comic book. But life gets in the way, and I still collect, and I got away from it for a number of years. I was in the military. I had a family, so.
All right, pump the brakes. So I'm going to be a PR man here because I can tell you're going to gloss over a bunch of stuff. So how long were you in the military? What did you do?
I was in the military for 4 years. I was a gunner's mate missiles and a search and rescue swimmer.
Good Lord. So first up, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
So what made you want to write the comics, and how did you get here?
The idea for the story I always kind of had. I'm a history buff, love history, and love Roman history the most. So I had the idea of the centurions, and I had no way of bringing it into modern time. In the book Marcvs, it is about a reporter who's embedded with troops in Afghanistan. He's looking into a mysterious power figure, and he survives an assassination attempt, and he finds himself in between 2 immortal Roman centurions that have been fighting since the crucifixion. The story of the centurions I kind of had rolling around in my head, but like I said, I had no thread to bring them into the modern time. My friend Carmen Gentile he was a reporter embedded with troops in Afghanistan. He got shot in the face with an RPG rocket and lived. So he wrote a book about it, and when I read his book, it was like puzzle pieces falling together. And I called him up and I was like, dude, I want to use you in a comic book. And he started laughing and he was like, I know I look like a freak now, but so I told him the premise of the story and he was like, yeah, absolutely. So using him as the sort of the thread that pulls the story of these 2 centurions into the modern time, it was just something different. For him allowing me to use his story and his likeness, I'm eternally grateful for that. But in addition to that, he also gave us video. So in the book, there are QR codes that will take you to the action, the battlefield action that he filmed. There's a firefight scene, a flashback of a firefight. You scan the code, it takes you to that. It's an Instagram video. And then the actual video of him being hit with the rocket when he was doing the interview in Afghanistan, you scan it, it takes you to his YouTube video. And it's just, when you're reading the book and then you're listening to the video and you're watching the video, I've had people reach out to me after they bought the series and they're like, dude, my wife and I listened to or read this book like 9 times in a row, just because it adds this layer of interactivity that you don't see in a 2-dimensional art form. So we're trying to do something a little bit different. We have issues 1, 2, and 3 are out right now. Issue 4 is in production. We're working on it. It happens all in ancient Rome. So I reached out to a group that does Roman reenactments, and I sent them my script. So they're filming the battle scenes that we're going to QR code in issue 4. Oh yeah, it's going to be super cool. Where are those guys
located?
In Rome. So I have actual Roman Roman reenactors
Jesus
that are going to give us video for issue 4, and it is going to be fantastic.
I mean, that's an incredible story in so many aspects. When you see stuff in movies, you're like, that never happened. That would never happen.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times in real life too, like people do stuff and like, if this happened, if we put this in a movie script, nobody would believe it, right? Yeah. The fact that you guys can validate that and show people and they can hear it and see it while they're reading that, that is wild. And I think when you reach out to people that you don't know on the other side of the globe and say, hey, I got this project, do you think you guys would be interested in that? And they want to do it, that's kind of a testament to, how well you've written your story.
Yeah, the guy I reached out to, he read it and he was like, and then he kind of went radio silent, and then next thing you know, he pops up and he's like, hey, I gave your stuff to the leader of our group, of our Legion, and he's super interested. So I was like, okay, yep, I'm all in. So we were going to release issue 4 in October at New York Comic Con, but now we're going to push it to December so I can get all of the video, and we've rewritten the script a little bit so that when we do the Kickstarter, we're going to have a challenge coin that we're going to be minting for it.
Yeah.
That'll have Marcvs on the front, and then it'll have the Legion's insignia on the back.
Fantastic.
So it's just, again, it's something different. It's something. I'm trying to be a little bit of an innovator here.
You are, and the branding that's going along with it, and the marketing aspect of that's really clever and interesting. Where are you based out of?
We're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So we're not too far away from here, like 4-hour drive.
Okay.
But like I said, I released the first issue with a different publisher. They kind of went under, and my LCS owner, he was like, this is far too cool of a story not to get out. So he and I said, he looked at me and he goes, why don't we start our own publishing company? So that's how Dreamscape Publishing came about.
Okay.
And we started with Marcvs, and then we have some other writers and people that reached out to us with some great stories. So here at Comic-Con, at Terrificon, we are releasing Lady Savage, which, like I said, we have the artist who did the Terrificon covers. These books are technically going to be released in October, but the Kickstarter is live for Lady Savage. And then God is Hungry, he did the Terrificon exclusive of that. And, again, we also have one other story that they're working on that will probably release later this year. It's a pirate story called Tales of the Wretched.
Oh my God.
So we're printing our own books. We're printing in-house. So it allows us a lot of flexibility in producing, our materials. We're, using good quality paper. We're, doing a good job with it. And it also lends us to do some other innovative things. I'll give you a little secret. Issue 5 of Marcvs, we are going to be, when we do the Kickstarter, we're going to try something that I don't think has ever been done. We're going to be able to release a 1-of-1 cover. So the cover is going to be we already have it drawn up. It's a hand that's holding a set of dog tags.
Okay.
And if you want to get your name and your information or your grandfather's information or something, and we'll be able to print that cover with your information on that dog tag.
Good Lord.
So it'll be a 1-of-1. I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty unique offering.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I know a lot of military guys have already reached out to me.
I could think of a few people that would want them right off the bat.
Dude, I want that cover. I want it graded, and I want it.
But not only that, so I can also see there's probably some people out there that read comics that might want to try to relate to their dad or their uncle or their grandfather who was not into comics.
Yeah.
Because he was busy fighting wars probably, right?
And this is a great way.
And they're like, hey, look, I did this, I did this for you, or something cool, maybe kind of branch those generations or whatever. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But
shh, don't tell anybody.
Got it.
We don't even keep that a secret.
No sweat. Nobody will ever see this, I promise. But nowadays, when you had to print anything, if you're doing invitations or anything custom, you'll hit the tab and it's like, minimum 500 orders. Like that's gone. There are companies now that'll do singles of everything and print that stuff up. So the technology is there for that stuff.
Well, like I said, with us being able to print it in-house, it gives us a tremendous amount of flexibility because we can pivot if we want to go to Terrificon and have an exclusive cover. We get one of our artists to do a great cover, and we print everything, and we can say we're limiting these to 100 for Terrificon because now I can print exactly 100 and bring them to the show, have them sign them, and we're all set.
I think it's amazing. So the people that you were working with, like the publishers, that said like let's start our own thing.
Yeah.
So for them to make that decision, they had to be influenced by your story first.
John really enjoyed the story, and it was something that he had never done production. I had been in the commercial print industry for at least 15 years.
Okay.
So I have a background in commercial printing. I have a design background.
Okay.
So I'm not a sequential artist. I would love to be able to draw my own books.
That's a little inside baseball, though. You're kind of still in that area.
Yeah. But I work on the trade dresses. I work on, I do all of the pre-production work and putting everything ready and putting it together to print. So I do all of that side of it.
Okay.
So I still keep in my creative boots, but again, it's it's something that I love, and now that he's been involved, he's like, this is fantastic. I want to do this all the time.
Yeah.
So, again, everybody's trying to chase their dream, and this is what we're trying to do. And I would love to be able to walk into work and say, you know what, I'm going to do comics every day for the rest of my life. But hopefully we'll get to that point.
And how long have you guys been at it?
This will be our year and a half.
Oh wow, my God, that's great. I mean, it sounds like you made a lot of headway, and you're getting a lot of success already. That's incredible. So where can people go and find you guys?
Sure. We're at, if you're at Terrificon, we're at booth number 305, right next to the opening, the front doors. Our website is dreamscapepub.com.
Okay.
So you can definitely find us there. If you're on Kickstarter, like I said, we just launched the Kickstarter for Lady Savage. That's on, you can just look up Lady Savage or Marcvs, and I'm sure it'll link you to one of those, and we'll have the God is Hungry Kickstarter probably within the next week. So.
Okay, all right. It's amazing. You've got a very cool story, a cool angle.
Thank you.
Which, I mean, look, there's a lot of comic books out there, right?
Oh yeah.
And you can only see so many guys in capes for so long. And
you got to shout above the noise.
Yeah. when you hear something else, you're like, all right, I can give that a look. Yeah. I wish you best of luck with all this. Hopefully we'll see more events like this in the future.
Absolutely.
We will be happy to pump out whatever we can to help you guys get some eyes on this.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on and certainly giving me the opportunity to get our story out, and I appreciate it a great deal.
Happy to do it. If you ever need anybody besides Romans, because I mean, I look good in leather sandals, but that's about it. I mean, if you need anything else, any reenactments, please let us know. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
If you need any shit blown up, we'd be happy to do it for you.
I may be calling you about that.
Great.
The last issue 8, is going to be explosive. So there might be something. If we can get a volcano.
Dude, can we get a volcano? I've done volcano stuff in the past.
There
actually.
we go.
Yeah. If you need us to bring any of the toys, we're happy to do it. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, man.
Very cool.
We will we'll hashtag this. We'll put up some clips later on about what we're talking about, and I will pump this out. Please stay tuned for more videos like this at the Take12 podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Take12 podcast. I'm Thomas Pimentel. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.